Hey guys, so welcome to your second part of your quilling project. I hope that you have cut all of your papers by now and you're ready to go. I have a couple here. Today I'm going to show you how to actually roll the paper, okay? So what you're going to need for today is your paper strips and glue of some kind. You could use a bottle of glue, you could use a glue stick, you could use tape if you don't have any glue, okay? Something that will keep it together. Now, a stapler probably wouldn't work, but glue or tape of some kind will work, okay? Hot glue, probably not the best because you're working with really little things and I don't want you to burn yourself. So, traditionally, you would use a quilling tool. Now, I'm going to show you what a quilling tool looks like and how it works, but I know that probably 99% of you don't have a quilling tool at your house. So this is a traditional quilling tool. You'll see here that it's just a long plastic stick with a little metal part at the top. Now if you look closely, you'll see that there is a hole between the two metal pieces. Okay, that hole is really important because it holds the paper together. So what you do traditionally is you take your paper and you put it through that middle piece. You can see that, okay? And then once it's through that middle piece, you take your finger, one finger on top and one finger on the side, and you use your other hand to roll it. Now, if you want to create something like this, if you have metal at your house and you want to try to make something like this, go for it. If you don't, I'm going to show you something else you can use instead, okay? So now it's rolled into what we call a coil. With this coil, you can either glue it just like this and keep it really small, or you can release it and make it a little bigger. I personally like to release them because it just adds a little more interest to it. I'm going to pinch it down right before the end of it. So here's the very end. Notice my finger is right on the end. And I'm going to use a glue stick. You can use any kind of adhesive that you have at your house. I'm just going to rub the very end with glue. I'm going to take my other finger and press it down. And now I have created a coil, okay? Now, with this coil, I'm going to very carefully grab the entire thing, the top and bottom, and peel it off. What I'm going to do now with my coil is I can form it into any shape that I want. You want to make sure you give time for the glue to dry though, because I just tried to shape it and look, it's coming off. So make sure that after you glue it, you set them aside and you just let them dry a little bit first. When they are dry though, I have a couple examples here. Here's a yellow one that I made. I can take it and pinch it into any form I want. If you remember my example, I had flowers. So if I want to make a flower petal, I just pinch the two ends and now I have a flower petal or an eyeball, okay? If I want to make a triangle, I can take one of my coils, here's another one I made, and I can use my fingers to pinch the sides and to pinch the top, and now I have a triangle, okay? I could also try to make a square. So I'm going to pinch the first corner, second corner, third, and fourth to create a square, okay? So there's many different shapes you can make with these. You can make almost anything you want. This one I'm gonna round it like this, okay? You can also make them different sizes. If you want to make a smaller coil, instead of taking your entire paper, either rip or cut your paper to make it smaller. Now, if you do not have any kind of tool like this, something that you probably have at your house is a clothespin. A clothespin is pretty easy to work with because it holds the paper for you and you don't have to worry about it. The thing about a clothespin, however, is you're not going to get the small inside that you normally would with this tool here. So if I twist this right here with my clothespin, And then I put my glue on the end and hold it down. When I go to take it off, I have a coil, but you'll notice that it is empty in the middle. So it's more, I have the shape here. If you then want to take your finger and twist the inside, you can make a better coil, okay? Another option you could try is you can try using something like a paintbrush or a pen. With this, you will want to take your finger and hold the end, and then your other hand or fingers you use to wrap it around, okay? This also works pretty well. You just have to make sure that you don't let go of that, or else it'll keep spinning. This will give you a slightly better coil because the area in the middle is not as big. So with this one, I can still release it. There's my coil. It is a little better than my paperclip one. I put glue on my edge. And then I have my coil. So notice there is still a space in the middle, but if you want to get rid of that space, you can take your finger and twist a little bit more to try to get rid of that space, okay? So now you've seen 3 different ways to make coils. You've seen multiple shapes that you can turn them into. Your goal for this week is to make between 20 and 30 coils, and then your goal for next week before you finally turn it in will be to actually shape them and glue them into something, and I'll show you that next week, okay? So have fun, and I hope you can figure out a way that works for you.